Come on in. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV here in Frederick, Colorado. My name is Katie O'Neill, and I am here to lead you on a very exciting tour of one of the very rarest products available in the marketplace. Again, my name is Katie O'Neill. I'm at 303-562-8659. Again, 303-562-8659. And we are here at Transwest in Frederick, Colorado. This is Transwest Truck Trailer RV. So click below if you'd like to see any more information about this RV or others that we have here in inventory. And also do look for us on our YouTube channel. We make a live video every day at 10:30. Today we're a little bit early because we're going to do two for you today, but I wanted to start off by welcoming you to the Canyon Star. This is a 2022 Newmar Canyon Star. The floor plan is 3927 and it is an amazing vehicle. As usual, I'd like to start my vehicle from the back of the coach and work our way forward. Special treat though, we're going to start from the mid of the coach this time, work our way forward, and then end up in the garage. So Jody, head on back and we'll kind of start there in the bedroom. I did leave the door open today, so there's a little bit of a sneak peek of what makes this coach so unique. So today we're touring a 2022 Newmar Canyon Star. This is floor plan 3927. And what really makes this coach unique is that this is the only toy hauler offered in the segment that actually has its own diesel engine. Almost everything else in this segment, in fact, everything else in this segment is either a fifth wheel or it's a gas engine. So this is a really, really magnificent thing for those of you that are looking to get out and about, that might want to flat tow a vehicle behind them as well as have their fun toys in their garage. This really gives you a whole different level of flexibility that we haven't seen before. So first and foremost, let's start off here in the bedroom. We've got a really nice queen size bed. And as you'll notice down below on our nightstands, there's a 110 outlet with 2 USB ports as well. And then up above here, we have, let's go ahead, let me see, I'm gonna crawl over here, Jody, for you. We have 2 110 outlets as well. This is an additional option on this coach. This is going to give us a boosted inverter, so we have a higher inverter power. And then we also have now power to our, not only a cabinet above, but also our nightstands and our television. Without this package, you would not have those options. So it's really important, if that's important to you, to have them. I think it's really convenient. Please note that this has got cross ventilation. So really nice on this slide that pops out. This is a 2-slide vehicle. I love the modern headboard. You'll note when we'll go through this coach that everything in this RV has really got kind of a contemporary feel to it, which is pretty cool. Nice little storage place here for some water bottles, maybe some steamy romance novels, whatever it is that you like to take on the road with you. And then we have also a nice solid door here. This coach sleeps quite a few, so if you like to be able to have some separation, there's one level here, and then there's also a door behind Jody, which we'll cover later, because not only do you have additional sleeping in the front for littles, you also have more sleeping in the back for full-sized adults. So here we have an emergency exit right below our Samsung television. This is a smart TV. We do have the Winegard satellite system on this RV, so you would have to provide your own receivers, but you could watch different stations in different parts of the coach. We also have an outdoor entertainment system as well. All of those items are optional, but this does have that optional feature of the Winegard satellite system. As you can see here, we've got these really nice big full extension drawers. Newmar never slacks when it comes to cabinet quality. Soft close, really convenient. And then this coach also has the additional auxiliary heater in the bedroom, which is really nice. That will provide you a little extra heat. And this coach also has a really cool package that gives you an additional 8 kilowatt generator as opposed to the standard 6. This is going to be the hub for your satellite system or your TV system here in the bedroom. Please note that there is a HDMI cord here. We do not provide Blu-ray players for you any longer. They're about 189 bucks. So if you want to pick one up on Amazon, you're welcome to, but we won't give that to you when you order the coach any longer, because a lot of people are just using this smart TV. So tons of storage here. Let me just turn this light on for us really quick. Now we are going to kind of buzz through the bedroom and the front galley and living quarters of this coach, and we're trying to focus a little bit more today on measurements and capacities in the rear of the coach. Okay, so one last thing before we go. Underneath the bedroom here, you will see additional stowage, as well as the cushion that you would use if you were to make the dinette into a bed. So this extra storage is actually really substantial. Plenty of room for totes if you want to carry, winter goods, boots, maybe some motorcycle helmets, any of that riding gear that you might have with you. Great place for that. And then here in the mid-level of the coach, you'll see that we do have a mid-bath entry. And I'm going to go ahead and switch sides with Jody, and I'll open the door for you. But you've got a really nice mid-bath entry here. So you've got a full-length mirror, you've got a place to hang your robe or your towel, and then a lot of really nice storage in here. So let me start off by showing you the medicine cabinet. So tons of room here in the medicine cabinet. It goes all the way back. So lots of room for Band-Aids and bug spray, your hair dryer, whatever that might be. And then more storage here as well. We do have a GFI grounded outlet here. We've got two 110 outlets there for your hair dryer. And then this is where we keep all of the fuses and the breaker panel. So it's right here, very easy to access. You don't have to go rooting around for it somewhere in the cabinet at night. It's really easy to see, and I'll just open that up really quick so you can see all those breakers. You'll notice here it says washer and dryer. Please note that this coach does not have the washer and dryer installed, but this is an available option. You'll see that later on when we get into the garage. We've got a fantastic fan with a rain sensor, and then I did put some towels in here just to show that you would be able to keep some towels, maybe some TP here. And then I'm going to show you the shower next. So put my clipboard down next to this nice stainless steel sink. And all the faucets are really modern looking. Everything in this coach is pretty darn cool. But as you can see, no, I'm not the tallest person in the world, but the skylight that we have above the shower gives me plenty of room. I also have not only my shower head, but I also have a handheld wand. So for those that are taller, you might opt to use this feature. I would be fine with this one. But most importantly for me, I like this Teak Bench. This is something that Newmar offers on all of their coaches. It's a really nice feature. Just a good way to be able to shave your legs, wash your feet at the end of the day. And I love this magnetic door. So that's pretty cool. And I'll show you the best feature on this coach. If you've got naughty children, just put them in here, you close this up, and they can't get out. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. You'll probably get in a lot of trouble. It's probably not a good idea. But man, I mean, it could work if you really needed it. So just saying. All right, so let's go ahead and close this bad boy up and move on to the pantry. So we'll move into the kitchen right now. You'll see we've got a ton of storage space here. So plenty of room for olive oil. You can see we've got some taller shelves, some shorter shelves for maybe canned goods, any kind of baking needs that you might have. This RV does come standard with a oven and microwave. And then here is one of my favorite features. When I was getting the coach ready, it was really easy for me to sweep everything up right here into this kick plate. There's a place over here on the right where you can plug in any kind of apparatus that you would need for your hoses, and then also there is a place where you can plug those hoses in down under the coach. So not only do you have an easy to clean interior, but if you've got things like paddle boards or dogs or anything that you need to vacuum up after before you bring it into the coach, you can go ahead and do that there. So that's just a nice feature. This does have the upgraded 11 cubic foot refrigerator. So tons of room in here, as you can see. Also with the ice maker. And with this upgraded refrigerator, we get 2 extra batteries on this coach. So that's really nice. For those of you that are interested in doing any kind of boondocking, this coach is pre-wired for solar. So if you had solar panels installed on top of this coach, we usually run about 3 175 watt panels for 525 watts of solar. That would give you enough power to keep your refrigerator running, to charge your electric devices while you were boondocking without needing to run your generator. Now we are running our generator today, more so just to keep the climate control on. You would need to run that for either the microwave, for a hair dryer, to run a washer and dryer, or to run your air conditioning. But if I didn't have those items going and I had solar panels, I would be able to actually have this coach fully operational right now, just through the solar panels itself. So I highly recommend that you entertain the idea of solar panels. If you've got any questions about that, please feel free to text me. I've got tons of information. I added them to my own RV. It made a world of difference. I'd love to tell you about my experience. So I mentioned earlier that we can make cookies. This is where you would keep that cookie tray, because I'm sure you were wondering, you know, well, heck, if you're making cookies, where do you keep the cookie pan? Right here underneath the fridge. And then we've got tons of nice drawer space here. And as you can see, again, these are all those full extension drawers. So really, really like that aspect of it. This is the Harbor Glazed Maple. So this is kind of a medium color for our Canyon Star segment. We do have a Glacier, which you'll see very commonly. And then we have, you know, a darker as well. So this Harbor Glazed Maple is a really nice complementary color. This is that oven / microwave. So you can set this to 350 degrees and bake a cake, or you can set it to 2.5 minutes and microwave a burrito, whatever suits your fancy. So we do have an induction cooktop option available on this RV. This has the 3-burner propane option as instead. Some people have a strong preference for both, so that's the option that we have on this RV. You do have a 25-gallon onboard propane tank. That's also going to be used for your furnace, so that's pretty cool. And again, we did have the extra option where we have the two 13,500 watt BTU or 13,500 BTU air conditioners and heat pumps on this unit. That is an additional option, but it's great. So you've got a lot of ways to heat up this coach and keep it warm or cool. And then we also have the additional option that gives us an additional air conditioner and heater in the back. And that's going to become important as we go forward, because you'll see there's extra sleeping accommodations there. So more storage. These are just great drawers to be able to keep hand towels, some washcloths, potato peelers, spatulas, tongs, all of those things. Plenty of room here in this kitchen to really get out there and enjoy yourself. This would be a great RV for a long camping trip. You could stay out for a few months and be very comfortable in this RV. So there's your little trash can. There's access point on the right as well. I'll show that to you in a second. But before we get there, I love, love, love that little drawer. This is a great place to keep your sponges, to keep your scrubbies. And then we do have a dual basin stainless steel undermount sink, which is super nice. And it's got the residential style faucet with both spray and pour, so very, very contemporary once again. And then you'll note that we have really nice windows that open behind us here in the kitchen. So if you're making any kind of bacon or something stinky, you can go ahead and open those windows to let that waft out. There's also a ventilation fan underneath the microwave. So more storage space. This would be a great place for plates and for your, I think, your table settings. I'll show you where I would actually keep all of my beer steins. Yeah, I would keep beer steins in an RV. If you don't think you should keep beer steins in an RV, we need to have a conversation. All right, so here's some great storage up here. Probably a good place to keep any kind of DVDs that you have, movies, things along those lines. Right above that, you'll see our nice sound bar. These sound bars put out great sound. They are Wi-Fi, so you can go ahead and stick your phone on there. Again, another place for you to plug in any of your, if you wanted to get a Blu-ray player, I don't know, an 8-track tape deck, whatever you got, plug it in right here. This is also where you can keep your receiver. And below that, you'll see this very large 4K TV. Once again, smart TV. And what's nice about this is this would be a great place to watch the Denver Broncos win, like they did this past Sunday for the second game in a row, undefeated this season. Go Broncos. And then you could also have Sex on the City in your bedroom, so you could watch 2 different shows at the same time. We love that. So here's the bedroom feed, and then here's the main feed. So as you can see, you could run 2 different systems on this simultaneously, which is super nice. Once again, windows on this side that open up. This does convert into a bed, so you would just unlock this latch and drop everything down pretty easily. And if you did that, you could put that cushion on that I showed you earlier. So that's pretty nice. This bed is not suitable for tall adults. So, well, unless they're really good at the fetal position, but great for littles. We have plenty of room in the back for the tall people, though. We do have the optional 2 queen beds in the back. So underneath here, you'll see a great place, I think, for you know, probably dried goods, bread, cereal, things along those lines. And there are some seat belts here, so I know you can't see those and we don't have them out, but there are 2 seat belts here. Oh, sorry, Jody, am I going too fast? By the way, our camera guy is phenomenal because I'm a little bit of a dingbat. He always keeps up with me, which is pretty great. So thank you, Jody. So here we have a great place. I don't know, I would keep things like laptops, computer, charging cords. Like you could keep a whole bunch of like little individual bins where you could keep all of your electronics organized right there. Handy where if you're on the road, you need to reach back and get a charging cord, you can. Now you're not gonna always need charging cords because in this RV we do have wireless charging docks for both the driver and passenger. 3 more seat belts on this couch. I do want to show you how this converts. It's a little bit different than most. So if you're not familiar with it, and if you tune into my videos, I make a lot of videos. I really try to show you everything that we have to offer. I had somebody tell me the other day that he watches all of my videos and they're too long. So I guess I'm winning because at least he still watches all of them. Feel free to fast forward if something's not pertinent to you. But I like to show that there's 3 seat belts here. There's 2 in that chair over there. There's 2 more here. So this RV actually has a total of seat belts for 7. So if you are on one of those longer road trips with the whole family, which this coach could absolutely do, this coach very easily can actually sleep up to 8 people, maybe even 9, depending on whether or not you're going to use that table. So this is a great coach for road trips for the family. You can bring all your toys, you can bring all the kids, you can have a lot of fun. You could also tell them not to watch my videos so that they don't know that they could actually come along and sleep in your RV. So this one, I mean, I think honestly, I'm not very tall. I think at an angle, I could be really, really comfortable. This is super comfortable. I don't know how comfy it is for a tall person. Certainly great for 2 kids if you have some littles, or at least 1 adult. But again, there's so much sleeping accommodations in this RV. It's probably not necessary to use the couch, but in a pinch, it could be handy. And as you can see, it's really easy to set up and to take up and down. So I love Velcro, by the way, and I love, love, love it when the cushions are all attached to each other. If you're wondering about this fabric, everything in RV Landia is really pretty much synthetic. So this is a synthetic suede. It's got a really nice handle to it. It's very easy to clean. And I love, this is a great, great color. So this Timberland interior gives you this really nice, like light feeling. You'll see we have the upgraded floor. So this has got the tile plank as opposed to the wood plank, which is standard. It's on the vertical, which is really kind of attractive. This is a beautiful, beautiful coach with lots of nice contemporary elements. So love this coach. So here you have more storage. I don't even know what you do with all of this. This is like so much storage. It's 2 shelves full of tons of places for Monopoly games, cribbage. I don't even know what you could put all your you know, outdoor kitchen supplies, everything in here. Just super, super convenient. And nicely set up so that you could just use lots of little bins. So up here in the front, I know we talked about contemporary items, but I really love these sconces. I think they're so beautiful. I love these backlit panels. You have these, of course, adorning either side of the bed in the back, but they're just so nice if you wanted to leave just these on over the evening hours. So you had a little bit of mood lighting, and potentially if someone needed to use the potty, they could get up and kind of see where they were. I think that that's just absolutely glorious. Now let's talk about what makes a Newmar different than other manufacturer products. So first of all, this RV has a 700 foot-pound torque rating, which is really different than your gas engines, which are going to be in that 340 to 360 range, if you will. So a lot more low-end torque. And because it's a diesel engines are turbo diesel engines. So you'll hear that term a lot. So what that means is that you've got a turbo is going to compress the oxygen, and it's going to change the way that it operates at higher altitudes, where a naturally aspirated engine, as the air gets thinner, is going to have less power. This engine is going to have consistent power at different levels of altitude. So for those of you who live in New York and you come to Colorado, you start at sea level there. You guys go up to 4,000 feet and you're like, whoa, we're so high. Well, here in Colorado, we start at like a mountain, we start like 8 and we get up to about 14. So for all of you across the country making those road trips, one of the great features of this coach, whether it be the 3927 with the toy hauler aspect to it, or a 3513, like a nice little shorty, these coaches are great at all the different altitudes, so you're going to have that same power band consistently. So really, really big difference. The other thing that I think is really interesting about this little front engine diesel is, as you can see, it's got a really nice cockpit. So we used to have a big hump in the middle, but now it's really easy to get in and out of. And this is where they have all the access to the engine. So the front will open, and then underneath here, this is where you would actually have engine access as well for your mechanics. So really easy to get to. You don't need to move anything out of the way for them to access this RV. You'll note that we do have our cameras up. Oops, let's go back to menu. I want to just show you, a lot of people ask, do you have the left and right camera? So of course we do have these left and right cameras, as well as the rear. And then you'll notice that we have different focuses. So for instance, this is the trailer focus and this is the hitch focus. So this is going to show you a rear deck, and then this is your rear view backup camera, so it's a little bit wider angle. So really nice camera system there. Also, the navigation is no longer going to be Rand McAnally. It's going to be Nav and Go this year. So you'll see it's a really cool system. One of the things that's nice about Nav and Go is that because it's our new nav system, it's going to be updatable. One of the bummers is when someone like Rand McAnally stops doing RV nav. Well, now you got to worry about whether or not you need to upgrade your system to a different, nav system later. This is the new deal. This is what we're doing these days. So really like that. Also, what you'll look when you go to this menu, we have access to the radio, we have access to Bluetooth, we have access to HDMI, we have access to our iPod, auxiliary. So you've got a whole bunch of different ways to bring music into your sound system. The JBL speakers are up here on the dash. They're kind of all over the coach, but like I said, super nice to have all these different inputs. And this RV does have the optional Sirius satellite radio feature. Now we talked a little bit earlier about where I would put all of my decorative beer steins. Oh my gosh, could you just ever blow the doors off of the Cool Cup Society? You could put all the rad coffee mugs up on top. You could put all the different steins from the countries that you visited on the bottom. Oh my gosh, what a great display case. I love this. Or you could use it to put sunglasses and maps and stuff. It's kind of boring, but whatever. So love that. Big windows on both sides with screens, which is super nice. Love this feature. And then you do have your night shades and your day shades both. So you would be able to black out completely the front and the rear of this RV. So you can close all of these MCD shades down and really have a nice cocoon for people to sleep in if you've had, maybe you stayed up around the bonfire telling ghost stories. I mentioned earlier that we're going to have lots of power sources. So here we have two USB ports. We also have a 9-volt, and then we also have a wireless charging dock. Map light, cup holder, all the important stuff. I'm going to close this. It rained here in Colorado last night. I think we're sunny for the next few days, but you don't want to be the RV salesman that left the window open. Okay, so we talked about the big window, but what we didn't talk about in the big window is this guy. This is Bruce Bordner. So one of the things that's most exciting about owning a Newmar is the fact that you have an 800 number that forwards after hours to a specialist. You also have an email address that goes after hours to a specialist. We ask that you don't take advantage of that, but if you're in a pinch and you need someone to get in touch with right away, great resource for you here. Of course, this is also built on the Freightliner chassis, so an amazing aspect of Freightliner is their customer service, and all of these features are available through apps. So we've got Noogle, which is like Google with all of the articles that you would have that were brought in by Newmar mixed with Google actually itself. So you've got a great place to find lots of information above and beyond your big bag of books. And then Freightliner has also a fantastic app, and of course there are hundreds of Freightliner facilities across the country. So one of the main reasons to consider a Newmar isn't just because of the brand quality, the high level of finish, the amazing production line, but it's the people behind the brand that really, really make the difference. You know, I have to tell you, a lot of people ask about the acquisition of Newmar by Winnebago. The reason that Winnebago, which is a phenomenal parent company, came after Newmar was because Newmar was doing things better than everybody else, and we continue to do so to this day. So really encourage you to call me, ask me about why I love this brand so much. I'd be happy to tell you a whole bunch of things that I've been through as an executive selling these products and how this brand has come to the call every single time. Okay, so equalizer leveling system right here, great way to level your coach, right next to our Allison transmission. Of course, we've got our power mirrors over here. We've got these nice chrome convex mirrors. They are heated, windshield wiper, fog lights, all of that great stuff. Exhaust brake. So yes, you do have an engine brake in here. That's another really, really big differentiating feature from a gas to a diesel. Super, super huge. Of course, there's our big brake down there. That's the hood release. And then here in the center, we've covered most everything that we need to here. But you'll see I'm going to go ahead and stop my generator. And I want to do that because I'd like it to be nice and quiet when we go out back. And I don't know if Avin, you happen to hear this and you can run and grab my measuring tape. I would love to have it. I don't have it with me right now, but we don't need it quite yet. Okay, so let's go ahead and head out. On our way out, I'd like to just show you our tank controls. So here's where you have all of your measurements, nice and measurable, right here on the inside, very easy to read. And then also, if we hit home here, you can see what our HVAC system's doing. So again, we did mention that we have the control for both the living room and the bedroom, as well as one for the back. So that's not going to be here, that's a separate control. This is our awning control by Carefree. It was a little breezy this morning, so I didn't put it out, but you do have a really nice full awning. And as you can see, you have, let's see, a step cover or a step lock here. Battery disconnect is very easily located. And then this is where you'll see that we're power control system, power source, no service. So for instance, if you had your solar could go right here. Your Xantrex inverter, again, is going to be an upgraded system. And that upgraded system is because you have both the extra inverter for the special delivery. The man behind the scenes saves the day. So you do have that extra inverter because we have the additional inverter to the back bedroom and also the upgraded refrigerator package. Now that brings us to a 2,000 watt inverter. It's not going to get better than that. A lot of people say, oh, since I have both of the extras, do I get like 3,900 watt inverter? No, you just 2,000 is the max. I've spoken to Newmar about it a number of times. It's not an upgradable option. You've maxed out at 2,000, which is more than enough for this coach, which is why they're just not willing to put anything more on it. But I do, once again, recommend that solar is a big difference maker. Okay, so step lock is maybe on, maybe not. I don't remember if I did it. There's that fantastic fan again. We've got a few of those throughout the coach. So this is the one that's right above the kitchen. It is a rain sensor as well. And then on our way out, you'll note that we do have a fire extinguisher here. And then underneath here, we have a great place to keep, if you've got any kind of pets, or maybe you want to keep, bug spray and suntan lotion, but you could keep the pet dishes, the leashes, everything right there, which would be really, really nice. And you do have a step light as well. So Jody, I'll let you catch up to me. And before we leave this doorway, I just want to pop in here and show you, first of all, I love this 3-step system. It gets all the way down to the ground. So you can see it's a very low step here. And then on top of it, one of the features that I like the most seriously? How do you open this screen? Okay, anyway, so I love the fact that you have these blackout shades here on this screen as well, and you can cover the whole entire thing. So that's really nice when you have the door closed. And of course we have this really nice screen down below, so when you have this open for your pooch, you have, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. when you have this open for your pooch, they can still get the fresh air. So super nice feature there. Really, really well designed coach. And again, this is a really cool color on the exterior and the interior. This is going to be our Timberline. We have this Timberland decor, and once again, harbor maple glazed interior, and it's on both the interior and exterior. I want to make sure I covered everything. Yeah, I think we've got everything covered here. Oh, holding tank heat pads. So we do have heat pads outside. A lot of people will ask if this is an all-weather coach. Certainly you can take this camping in really cold temperatures. Here's that 25-gallon propane tank. Oops. Little storage here underneath. That's that 2,000 watt inverter right here. Again, this is the Xantrex inverter, and this is the upgraded model due to those additional options. So nice to have that. You'll note that we do have LED lights in all of these compartments throughout the coach. So that's really handy, great for storage. I like to use an Outlander barbecue or Outlander fire pit. That would fit really well there. Those are, for us in Colorado, we have fire bans quite often, so those are good even through a fire ban. Here is your 75 gallons of fresh water. So that's where that water tank is housed. And then here in this next bay, you'll find our central vac. So a few 110 outlets here, lots of storage. These are some extra tile planks in case you do get a gouge or you scratch something. But here is that exterior access point to your central vac. So very, very handy there. And again, this is a GFI grounded 110, so there's two of those here as well as an additional cubby light. So really nice storage here on this RV. Lots of great space. And again, really long storage here. So this is just a great place to keep any items that you might have in the back. So really, really cool. Okay, so I know everyone wants to go inside, but we're actually going to go around the other side first. As we walk down, we'll make sure that we have our side marker lights right here. Another big difference maker, these Michelins are 22.5 radius tires, really good road presence, very comfortable driving, really cool LED lights integrated throughout the coach. Again, this is that front engine diesel. Absolutely gigantic windshield, a great way to see the United States. Fog lamps are down here. I know we mentioned the controls to those inside. And then let's just go down here. So again, this coach has an option that gives it an additional 2 batteries. So we've got a total of 6 AGM batteries here. And then we have our 2 chassis batteries above that as well. And then a 13-gallon DEF tank there on the left. And just for those that are looking for specs, 75 gallons of fresh water, 60 gallons of gray tank, and a 40-gallon sewage tank, 13 gallons of DEF, 25 gallons of propane. So there's that. Here is that upgraded generator. So the standard gen on this is going to be a 6 kW. This is an 8,000 watt generator. This is an additional option. It can be ordered individually or as part of a package. Do you need it? Maybe not, but is it nice to have? Absolutely. Is it a lot of extra money relative to the price? No. So I would vote for yes. I think that really makes this an RV that can get you out of the, the doldrums of having to camp at places where you're plugged in all the time. Really nice to be able to go into some of these places up towards Tin Cup and some of the more beautiful places in Colorado that don't necessarily have campsites. Also gives you flexibility when it might be harder to find a site. You don't really care. You can go ahead and go onto Harvest Host and find a guy who's letting people camp for $20 a night instead of spending $80 a night. And I got to tell you, the people boondocking, they're pretty fun to hang out with. So speaking from experience. All right, so again, more storage. This bay is really, really long. It goes all the way down to the back, so probably a great place for fishing poles, fishing tackle, and maybe even potentially some paddle boards. I'm a huge fan of paddle boarding, so I love that. Oops. This RV also has the Truma system on it, so it's got the Truma hot water system. And then here is going to be probably your gray tank would be my guess, and then this is for winterization. We would winterize this coach probably next month towards the middle to end of October if you were here in Colorado, and then de-winterize in about May. So I really like this water bay. This is actually probably one of my favorites. Reason being, you've got your exterior shower with both hot and cold water. You've got your black tank rinse, you've got your whole house water filter, but I like the fact that the sewage hose is actually got its own compartment. I think that that's actually really, really nice. So kind of a cool thing, not necessary, but you know, Newmar doesn't do anything poorly. They just do some things better than other people. Here we go. Another nice long storage bay. And this is a place where you would actually keep your sewage hose. So a little separate storage compartment there. And since there's so much room in that compartment, you might keep your sewage hose in that compartment and keep your gloves in here. I do like to have an extra set of gloves on hand, of course. Okay, so what is this little bad boy for? Well, this is because, you know, what do we need when we've got toys? We need a fuel station for our toys. So this is actually a fuel pump. Pick your poison. You can put your treatments in, whatever it is that you need, but you can actually carry your fuel here on board with you, so you've got some extra gas for any of those motorized vehicles that you might be putting here in the, wait for it, we're almost to the garage. All right. Oh, here's that bedroom window. This is for the rear. There's also an emergency exit here as well as here. So you've got two emergency exits on this coach. And then back here, you'll note that we have there's the control for the screen, which you'll see in the back, and then we also have the additional optional surge protector here as well. So this is a 50 amp coach. There is a hose reel that's optional for it, but honestly that's a plenty large compartment. But it's important to note that we do have that optional surge protector. I really think that that's a good idea to order also when you're making the decisions on what you'd like to have in your RV. Now this RV was available yesterday morning. It is since then had a deposit placed on it, but we have another one coming right after it, and we've got a lot of units available for sale. So for those of you that have heard that we're sold out, you know, I wish that was true. I wish I sold all of them, but we haven't sold all of them yet. There's plenty of RVs left. It's really important to be dexterous though. To get what you want, you have to plan in advance in this marketplace, but we can custom order everything for you. Now when you have a beautiful exterior like this available, you may not need to choose your own paint colors, but it's really expensive to have to trade your RV in because you don't like it, and it's really inexpensive to plan a little bit ahead. It's a very inexpensive option to choose exactly what you want your colors to be. So maybe your school alma mater, maybe your kid's soccer team, whatever it is that's important to you, we can actually customize these exterior colors to suit you exactly, so that they really go with maybe your racing team, you know, maybe your kids, you know, out there on the BMX circuit, whatever it happens to be though. I can make it purple, silver, and black with a white skin. Whatever you want is available. So please keep that in mind. Okay, so now we're going to start measuring. First of all, this is the most exciting aspect of this RV. This is the garage. And as you can see, it is really, really cool. This will really house two motorcycles inside, side by side. A lot of people want to know how tall this ramp is. If it's gritty and easy to walk up and down, the answer is yes. It's very easy to walk up and down. The width of it is something I get asked quite frequently, the width of the opening in the door. You'll notice I do have the optional screen down right now. So this is going to be 6 feet across. So almost to the penny, 72 inches. And then from the top to the bottom, so this little fold down portion looks to be about 20 inches long. And then from the top to the bottom, we have, this is 113 inches from top to bottom. So that's how long of a throw you have. Another question I get asked a lot is, what is it at this high point? I'm going to tell you that it's about 35 inches here, and it's about 37 there. So between here and here to about 35 inches. So that gives you some idea as to the measurements of the actual deck itself and the ramp. And it's funny, I was trying to figure out how I was going to hold my tape, so I thought, oh, if I just keep the screen down, it'll make it really easy. So the total height on this is 94 inches. So So anything shorter than 94 inches is going to fit in here. And keep in mind, I have the optional twin beds back here. So I have 2 bunks. That is not a feature you need to have. If you need more storage, you don't need to order these. But if you want the flexibility of having extra sleeping accommodations, this gives you enough room for, at a minimum, 4 additional people. So really cool feature there. I am going to go around and I am going to open our screen. Before I do, Jody, do you mind just taking a quick peek at how this looks on the inside? I'm going to let you come inside first, this way. Let me go ahead and open this up. So this power screen is an option, and this really makes for a great place to have dinner. So this table, the one in the front can seat 4 pretty easily. This table could really seat 6 people. You could put a chair on each end and have it seat 8. This is an amazing space back here. So this does so many different things. I was kind of struggling with how to show you everything yesterday. When I was trying to figure out how to put this video together, I have had so many people with questions. The table is 54 inches long, and it is 29 inches wide. So that's that. And these I'm going to guess are just a little bit longer. Yeah, 58 inches are the length of the couch, and these are comfortable couches for full-size humans. They're not made small or anything like that. So this is a really fantastic unit. Now when I have the couch down and the bed up, you'll note that I have this lighting system above me. I'm going to go ahead and close this. Again, we still have that same great screen system here, which is nice. We also have lots of storage here. Let me get my handy dandy. Now keep in mind, this could have a television here. So this has our sound system here. Again, this is going to give you access to the radio, or it's wireless, but you could also have another TV back here if that was an option that you wanted to have. It's something we could certainly add, and as you can see, everything is already pre-wired, so not a hard addition to us at all. And then, of course, here's your bedroom access. So really nice if you want to keep the stinky stuff out. Maybe you've got, kind of that gas smell in the garage here. Keep this door closed. It does have a lock as well. And then here is that additional Dometic air conditioner and heater. So this is just a nice feature here that you have in this RV. Again, optional. You do have, again, another fantastic fan with a rain sensor. You can see your speakers here above. And of course we have all of the same fire detection systems and all the carbon monoxide systems detections here in this RV as well. So this is still a safe place for your kids. Right here is where you would put, I would recommend an all-in-one washer and dryer system. We did actually install a stackable as well. We just built a cabinet for it, but you could still have all that additional space up top if you wanted to. And then right where I'm standing, you can have motorcycle chocks. So we don't have the chocks installed here, but they put one here, and there is enough room to put 2 really big motorcycles back here. You're gonna have to keep it under 2,000 pounds. I believe the maximum carrying capacity that's recommended is 1,800, but you could definitely fit 2 motorcycles in here, 2 dirt bikes really easily, a ton of regular like mountain bikes, I don't know, whatever you really wanted to get in here would definitely fit. All of that being said, we have the customer who put the deposit down on this is going to put 25 crates back here. He goes to dog shows. So he's going to show all of his cute little pooches, and this is what they're going to call home. So lots of different uses. If you haven't thought of one that you could, think of yet, give us a call. I'm sure we can help you find a way to occupy this space. So this is where it gets kind of exciting. I am going to put my delicious, tasty treats out of the way. The table's really easy to move for 2 people. It might be a little challenging for me, so instead of looking silly, I decided today that I am going to go ahead and leave it in place, but I'd still like to show you the functionality of this area. Let's put those in there. So, really easy to work. Maybe up just a little bit more. Don't want to scratch the table with the bottom of this bad boy. So these guys come down and offer you additional support, and they lock into place so that you have stands if you do have this bed down. So that these are the additional legs for that bed. And this is the size of the bed. So look at that. Holy moly. What a ton of additional space you have here. So this is going to be a total of 58 inches across, as I mentioned earlier. And then in terms of length, from wall to wall, you're going to be just about 94 inches, and just in cushion to cushion, you're going to be just about 89 inches long. Now this is for both the top and the bottom portion of this bed. So very, very, very cool. Now, to be able to show all of this to you, I have to put the bed all the way up to the top, and then when I do, I'm going to release the bunk, and I'll also put the bunk model down for you. But before I do that, we're going to do some measurements on the interior of the garage, because once again, you know, I do a ton of videos, and one of the things I've really struggled with the Canyon Star is finding one that has all of the specs that really focuses on this garage. And the reason people don't focus on it is because it's just a lot of work, you know. It's not a lot of work to get things to go up and down and to move things around, but it's time consuming. And on these videos, we're trying to keep them as informative as possible without losing you down the way. So I apologize, I know this is a little bit long-winded, but this is important stuff. Okay, so I've just got the bed all the way up, and when I have the bed all the way up, I'm going to have about 78 inches of overall height clearance here with the bed at its highest setting. And you'll note that those lights turned off automatically. Again, this is a removable table. You just lift it up. These posts come out. They have little black covers. I think I have those right here. So they're not going to get, you know, gunk stuck in them and get all gross and dirty. Newmar's really thought about everything. And then, speaking of thinking about everything, oh, right next to my D-rings, you see them, Jody? Pretty cool. I'm gonna go ahead and pull my pins with my cute little step stool because I am vertically challenged. But really nice to have some tie down points in this RV, you absolutely do. So I have 4 pins in right now. There are 8. So if I was being safe, I would have had all 8. But I'm living on the edge. Living on the edge. All right, here we go. So again, 110 outlets everywhere throughout this coach. LED lights. There's 110s here, there, here. So lots of places to plug things in. Really, really cool. And now, when we put this down, you are going to see, I'm going to grab these and just put them away so I don't lose them when we're driving. All right, back down again. Here she goes. And I'm not going to put the bed all the way down because I don't want to scratch the table, but I'll get it most of the way down. Maximum load capacity of this bed is 250 pounds for those of you. Again, this whole video is to kind of highlight measurements. I don't know if you noticed up there, but the lights just went on above the extra bed. Now, just so you know, if you wanted to be lazy, you could actually not put the twin bed up and still eat underneath the bed with it down. It would certainly give you a lower ceiling, but it would be pretty easy to do. So you guys could come in here and still have breakfast. You'll see those lights just went back down. I thought that was kind of cool and worth seeing. This is the ladder. The ladder can go anywhere that you need it to. The length or the top that you're going to have in terms of headroom sitting down here, if you have it down like this, you've got 3 feet to sit underneath it. I could do it, but I'm not really tall. And then the height to get from the bottom floor to the top, we're looking at about 59 inches off the ground. And then you'll notice Jody's going to be able to kind of show you the additional carpet that comes with this package. So that's rolled up right there on top. Of course, we do have windows. I probably could have showed those to you a little earlier. I know we talked about them outside, but there's windows both on the top and the bottom there. And these are the covers. They just snap into place. So pretty cool bedroom setting for everybody. You can keep those off if you've just got gear back here, but if you want to keep them on so it's easy for the kids, they're easy to roll up. But really, really cool setting. Out here you have your step lock lights, the dinette light, and then you're turning your fuel pump on and off here. Patio lights are right here. And then we have our fantastic fan once again, as well as that Dometic air conditioner and heater. So really, really cool features here. In terms of width in this garage, I know a lot of people want to know what that width is. So this is wall to wall. There we go. Wall to wall is 95 inches, and if you wanted to know what it is between the tracks, because I think that gives you a better idea of usable space, it's about 85 across. So that's there. And then Jody, if you don't mind staying put for just a few seconds, I'm going to run around back and get the length. Okay, so the depth of this garage, I'm going to give you 2 different measurements. The first measurement's going to be all the way down to the step. So I've got the step here, and that does impede some things. So from the step, we're going to go down. We're about 105 inches here, but this door comes in, so realistically we're looking at about 97 inches from this step. And if I just scoot over just a little bit, and there's no step included, I'm about 106 to 107 inches to where the screen is, which again is an optional feature. If you didn't have the screen, you'd have a full 110. And without considering the door itself, this goes right to 115. So again, 106 to 7, including the screen, 110 if you don't get that optional feature, and including the part of the door that pops in, about 115. So there are some measurements for you. I hope that that helps. I don't know. So we've covered a lot of stuff today. I think I got everything. 340 horsepower, 700 foot-pounds of torque. Oh, one big deal, 6,000 pound towing capacity. So an upgraded towing capacity, again, because we're in this front engine diesel. Again, this is a Canyon Star 3927, made by Newmar. It is a front engine diesel. It is a Cummins diesel engine, 6.7 liter, built on the Freightliner chassis, and it's fantastic. We covered a bunch. Thank you so much for hanging out, for tuning in. For the last part of this video, I'm going to close up the garage so you can see how that looks. But I'll just tell you now, I'm so happy that you were able to hopefully learn a little bit more about this fantastic offering by Newmar. Again, this is a product that is so unique to the marketplace. Please feel free to reach out and let me know what I can do to help you get on the road in a spectacular new Canyon Star. Oh, the ladder, by the way, is in the back. It comes off. So when I put this up, and I was actually planning on showing that to you. I don't know why I didn't. By the way, that's as easy as it is. The ladder attaches right here. It just clips on. It's really simple. But again, if there's anything I can do to help you learn more than I've told you today, my God, man. No, but seriously, please let me know. Again, Katie O'Neill here at Transwest. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and we'll see you tomorrow at 10:30.